It's Tiffany's content, and there may be some couples getting cozy this Valentine's Day because there may be an ice storm on its way. That's right. Let's talk about it. Going right into that satellite imagery, you can see it starting to build up with those cold clouds on that west coast. See, the blue clouds are the colder clouds, and it's starting to build up on that west coast. Even the northwest definitely trying to clash with that system with the Gulf Coast and bring us ice storm to the northeast. But look at what we have. We still have that atmospheric river trying to whip through that west coast, going right into California, definitely giving it a last few sprinkles that it have to offer. Okay, it's definitely still some flood warnings over there, winter warnings and storm warnings going right into Nevada, into Arizona as well. I'm going to show you some watches and warnings that they have issued already. And then it's windy out there too in the west coast and that southwest, and then the north and the northwest. You can see all that avalanche and the winter storms warning up there, and it also have severe thunderstorm warnings and watches as well. That's going to clash with that snow. Okay, so it's a lot of precipitation that's going on up there, and it's definitely a lot on that west coast that's trying to meet up with Texas. And you can even see for the next few days it's going to try to meet with that system in the Gulf and cause a rainstorm going up that northeast as it meets with that snow that's coming from the northwest and down into the Midwest. And then that's when it may cause an ice storm. I'm going to show you some videos later, but this is the amount of rain that we will have for Thursday. Okay, so that's a lot of rain still coming in on that west coast for one day with all that flooding still down there. It's still a lot of rain, and that blue is going to be the snow that's going to be moving in. And just look for the next few days, that west coast is going to get hammered with even more rain, and then snow is going to start coming in. And look at the Gulf, it's going to clash with that system in the Gulf, and that's what I'm afraid will turn into an ice storm up that northeast. But currently right now for the next few days there are going to be some heavy snowstorm warnings and watches out there, and also some heavy rain coming up out that Gulf Coast that's trying to meet up with that system. And then you see that northeast is going to have heavy snow too. So you're going to see this is currently what we have for snowfall on the ground right now, and it's still 17 inches up there in the Great Falls, definitely going down into the mountains into Colorado. And look at the west coast, still have snow in California, and then the east coast as well. And then for the next 2 days there's going to be up to 8 inches coming in on that west coast from still that atmospheric river that's coming through, and it's still going to try to clash with that system in the Gulf Coast. But then they're still worrying up there in the northwest as well as it tries to go into that Midwest. But take a look at the hazards that we do have for today, and going into Thursday you're going to see that west coast again going into Arizona and Nevada as well. Definitely going to leave some pockets over there above Louisiana with that Gulf Coast system, and even in the Midwest it's going to start sprucing up some storms as it tries to build up over there as well. Let's take a look at that climate temperature. You're going to see it's still below average, so it's going to be colder than normal in the south still for the next few days. So expect some cold temperatures in the south, even going up to that northwest coast. Okay, so just be aware of that. Right now it's looking pretty good outside though. You have 75s and stuff like that down south, and then of course it's going to be more moderate as you get into the central plains, but that west coast is still cold, and it's trying to move over to the Midwest and then into the northeast. So we're going to take a look at that as well. But these are the highs, and then as you get into the lows for Thursday night going into Friday, you're going to see all that cold air, all that pocket of air just starting to build up and trying to cause some last February snowfall. And I'm going to show you just for Valentine's Day what we're going to have. But look at this wind chill. It's windy out there. I told you 25 miles per hour, 35 miles per hour, and then the system has not even met up with each other yet. So when it does, it's going to be even more windy. But look at that frost freeze temperature, and you can instantly see that it's trying to get a little bit more colder so that snow can fall on the west coast and that northeast. Okay, and looking at that east coast, you're going to see it's still a lot of low pressure over there, mixed precipitation, definitely some cold clouds trying to build up over there with low pressure bringing in snow, rain, and definitely some cold fronts. Okay, so make sure you're aware of that. It's even a lot of rain over there in that ocean. Okay, and it's trying to work its way down to Florida, so we're going to see some rain on that east coast as well, on that, edge definitely. And you're definitely going to see still that snow coming from that northwest. So look at that. You're going to see all this low pressure just moving on in with mixed precipitation, definitely cold clouds as well, some rain in there, snow in there, and definitely some very strong wind. Okay, so make sure you're aware of that. And it's a stationary front in certain areas. Okay, so it's going to sit and linger around. I'm going to show you some warnings and watches that we have out. Okay, as a winter weather update for the Montana area. Okay, through Friday they have advisories for 2 to 7 inches of snow, even ice. Okay, 1/10 of an inch can be very slippery, so just make sure that you're aware of that. It can be turn into black ice, and definitely can cause even avalanche warnings and things like that over there. So make sure that you're aware of this. This is information, and you can see that going right into that action. Look at all that snow building up on that west coast, and look at all that avalanches that may even be coming in through that upper west coast. That orange is that avalanche, and then look at the green turning into rain as it just takes a toll on that east coast, and then it's going to meet up with that storm in the Gulf Coast and try to build up an ice storm. And you're going to see we have watches going all the way down into Arizona, okay, as well as into Nevada and then those mountains as well. So just make sure that you're being very precautious and making sure that you're looking ahead, even a week ahead. Okay, they have everything out here for you laid out. It's going to be snow and ice. Okay, there will be an ice storm, okay, as early as Valentine's Day. So I'm going to show you that on the GFS run, and hopefully it doesn't happen, but we're going to be aware. But right now you're going to see this is current right now going into Thursday. You can see all that snow building up on the west coast, and then you're going to see going into the weekend more snow building up. But look at that system in the Gulf Coast trying to spruce up, take a toll on that Mississippi Valley, and then it's going to clash and bring in some snow. And this is what we're talking about right here. It's going to cause an ice storm and a snowstorm right there, okay, and definitely going to build up some more snow. Now take a look going right into the next few days. You're going to see it even more brutal. Okay, now this is the ice storm that I'm going to be telling you about. That system is going to get even more stronger in the Gulf, and it's going to meet up. And when you see that pink, that's definitely an ice storm. And look at the yellow in there with the thunder, snow, and lightning, and all that pink is that ice as well, and freezing. And then it's going to come back around again. Okay, so it's not over for February. I'm going to keep you updated. Just look at all this ice storms that's headed our way, and the west coast still have that snow that's going to be shooting across the United States. Okay, I love doing the weather and reacting to this weather with you. It's so much fun sharing these images, and the National Weather Service love that we do that. Let's react to this weather together. Leave your comments below and make sure that you subscribe. Okay, I love doing the weather. It's Tiffanys content. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you.